problem with TV in general today. They don't want to accept or understand that men and women are disparate and different, right? Not saying one is better than the other. Yes, we have to. I suffered, so can you. I'm not saying one is better than the other, right? I'm saying men and women are different. Women generally speak, I think men generally speaking, and I think Star Trek attests to this, they prefer plot-driven shows with strong relationships and the emotional drama at the minimum, right? Whereas women like emotional drama at the fore, relationships second, and plot third. The plot comes to serve the emotional drama, right? That's essentially what it... So this is the opposite of that. This is a show made for women who won't watch it because it's got Star Trek in it, right? Because they're just idiots. They're just idiots. So they try and fool you at first, and they show you this bit. And man, am I pissed off at Star Trek the Motion Picture for having that poster? Because boy, are they milking that for all their LGBTQ worth. Pain in the bloody asses they are. So you go, whoosh, great member bearers, and look, it looks gorgeous. And if you're off your face, high as a kite, then this is very good. But even now, I don't like that. That won't save it anymore. That just doesn't save it. But again, it's a nice intro. So one problem I have with this, again, this looks beautiful. It cranks me how freaking beautiful this is, right? It starts off with was it Uhura's log, right? And look, another problem with this is they need to be able to do standalone stories. And by standalone stories, I mean, well, rainbows everywhere, Colin Archer. Was it standalone stories? I mean, that you don't need a previously on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, right? And the previously on Star Trek Strange New Worlds was relationship. This one's relationship, that one's relationship. Fuck off! Stop with it, right? No, have a plot-based fucking story. I don't think they've had one this season, and that was the best episode. So they're by the subspace rift, and they're doing experiments because they can triple or quadruple or by multiple of 10 make their communications go much, much quicker. But they got to turn their communication ray off. And so you got Uhura being stunning and brave and the best ever. And I tell you, they write this character obnoxious as hell, and like you couldn't stand her. This is a testament to the actress's ability that makes her into a likable character. I would say the same for Jess Bush playing Nurse Chapel, right? And so, like, she's routing all the calls, and Pike's talking to his girlfriend, and she wants to go on holiday somewhere, some kind of touristy, and he doesn't want to go, and he's like, ugh, right? So she's waiting for Kirk to arrive, who's, again, any bloody reason, excuse to bring Kirk into this right now. He has to shadow, I think, number one, Una. Fucking stupid retcon that calling her Una. Because of a previous episode, she fell in love with Kirk after one weird time travel episode. She's all excited to see him, but she can't talk about him because it's like time travel. He's not allowed to speak about it. She went on all the timeline, but he's there. Hi, I'm Jim Carrey Kirk, right? I am a thin little cunt Kirk, right? Yeah, no, that's not Kirk, baby. That is not Kirk. That's still not Kirk. Vic Monyaga, he's Kirk, right? He can have it. Now, Jess Bush, Nurse Chapel, she's waiting to get news of if she's been accepted to this other course, which means that she's going to be gone for 3 months, which means she has to split up with Spock. Really? I don't understand. Like, my son had to do a 3-month course where he didn't have his phone, essentially, so he can get this position in the army. And it was very rough. But you work through it if you care about each other. One thing I don't like about Nurse Chapel is she doesn't want to have a relationship. She doesn't want to get tied down. She just wants to have booty calls, right? That's a very masculine attitude to sex, right? This idea that men are women and women are men is pervading everything and destroying everything, right? I think the character is called Una in a series of novels which predate, I think, Klutzman Trek. Well, I did not know that. I guess when you get to Klutzman Trek, it makes everything bad. So she gets the news, and she gets through. And best character and worst character. Oh, God. She was terrible in the first season, Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx, and he was great until the last episode where they destroyed his character. You know what I loved about on Star Trek? That everybody there was better than us. They came from a better world than us. They were more aspirational than us, right? So last episode, it was all about him not being able to get over the Klingon war and ending up killing this Klingon peacemaker and like not being the better self, right? Fuck you. Yeah, one of the things we like about Star Trek is aspirational, not this piece of shit, right? Sadly. I mean, what's aspirational about it? Oh, it's an 80% female crew. Like, every demographic, piece of data we have, every bit of science, I like science, every bit of science that we have says the more freedom women have to choose their own destiny in life is they stay away from the STEM subjects. Like, and it's not because of indoctrination. It's because men and women are different. Such a simple thing that we don't understand. So, yeah, she gets the good news. Yay! And again, testament to her acting ability that they make me like this character and not hate this character. Also, I do like her hair. Hair looks freaking awesome. And then we got Carol Kane. God, she's just annoying. So they tried all these experiments to get the subspace through the rift. And then Uhura starts singing to herself. Said, "Oh, you should try music, right?" Yeah. What are you talking about, Willis? So they try that, and again, what a waste! This wonderfully designed set. What a fucking waste it is. Makes me mad, man. It gives you the feeling of the original series and enhances it, right? Just what a waste. So they make this energy wave comes out from everywhere and goes all across the ship. They're like, whoa. Then Spock starts singing. All things are going on in the right parameters. And they're all singing, and they're like, where's that music coming from? We can't hear, right? And everybody joins in the song, and she's like, I'm the pilot of the ship. I'm the bestest ever. Fuck off. Oh, God. I mean, you have an 80% female crew, and no one's written like a fucking woman. And again, they do a big song number, and Christina Chong, she likes a bit of singing. And they're like, well, what's going on? So then we get the titles, and the titles, again, it's like silly titles where it's done to not music. I think there's an Acapulco singing background. Annoying as fuck, right? Just annoying as fuck. Which is everything this show is, annoying as fuck. So they're trying to work out what happens, and we get like an info dump. They think it's a rupture to a parallel universe which is made out of musicals, right? Where everything is a musical number. Fuck me, it's so fucking stupid! I feel my brain cells burning up in anger. Just hearing so they were in the musical universe. It's seeping out to their universe, right? The laws of the musical universe. When I say musical universe, it's literally musical. They live in a world where people burst into song at any second, right? And so they say, yeah, we think we can close up the subspace fold like a zipper, right? So they try, and Kirk's they're doing it. By the way, a nice touch. Look out! I love how far up the Jeffrey tubes go. Right, that's really freaking cool. Right, but like there's little spindly legs, and they start singing again, and they're like dancing and singing, blah blah blah. And Christina Chong is like, oh, I don't know what to say. I like him, and then she starts having a song to herself. Oh, if only he knew. Oh, I can't tell him because it's from a alternate timeline. I'm not allowed to tell him about time travel, and that's a watch from it. And I just imagine being with him forever. I mean, like, it's a very unconvincing love story, right? They found a hole into the Buffyverse. They're trying to copy. Okay, why did it work on Buffy and fell completely here? Because Buffy is one of those weird shows that really was a masculine show for women, which is, I think that's why it had a broad fan base, right? and they built up these storylines for about 2 or 3 years, over 22 episodes a year, not 20 seconds. There wasn't one episode on this emotional resonance. No, they built something up, and it actually had a point, and it was, far, far, far better written, and it was original. Buffy wasn't ripping anybody off doing it. They were original doing this. This is just a piece of shit ripoff, right? And they like singing. They all want to be on musical theater. So she tells the captain that, look, this is do you remember when they wanted to go back in time in the 60s, they would slingshot around the sun to build up speed, to go so fast they would they'll go back in time. And now how do they go back in time? Time crystals. Time crystals. Fucking hell. So yeah, she says it's like it's a security breach because you're just going to start venting your innermost soul, and you don't want to do that, right? It's going to be bad. And so they're getting ready to try and seal it up, and it goes badly. Of course, it doesn't work. And then what's the name? The captain's girlfriend calls. And it's spread via subspace, like the entire subspace now. So she's singing as well, right? They do a duet together, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just stupid, right? What's stolen from Voyager Endgame? The subspace fold, probably. Everything's stolen from somewhere, and so they're trying to work out what's going on, and they say, like, yeah, this is spread everywhere across the entire subspace network, and so she's like, I gotta tell him about going back in time with him because they stole that from Endgame. I gotta tell him about going back in time with him, otherwise I'm just gonna blurt it out and sing it, right? And so then enters another song, which just annoys me again. And some reason they turn off the gravity in their cabin so they can like float around together. Okay. So then she's working again with Kirk, and she's uncomfortable, and they got to beam in particles to test out this idea. To test out this idea of how to stop this spreading. Tzvi Lebetkin and Soda Ranger. Dave Cullen dropped a link to a piss take where somebody had set clips to Star Trekking. Oh, I got to see that. Yeah, 1 second. Let me see if I can find that, because that'll be Star Trekking Strange New Worlds. Let's see if that comes up. No. Strange New World parody. There's a Klingon. No, I don't see it. Ups and downs. Sadly not. I'll try and. Oh, is this it? That's a video for Star Trekking from 17 years ago. Blimey. Okay. All right. So anyway, they're working together to get these particles, and they beam it down to Spock, and he senses some tension. Oh, fine. Hang on, PD Rich has it. Let me just hang on a second. Hang on. Let me download it. I think we might need to have a palate cleanser. It's it. Is it coming? Preparing file. Singing Klingons. Here it comes. Thanks for downloading. There you go. Fine. We'll get back to it in a second. Wow, it's that is a slow download. It says they've got 23 days left to download this in. What? Let's try and find a different downloader, I think, because that is not working. I'm not going to wait 45 minutes. Now it's down from 23 days to 45 minutes. That's something to look forward to. Well, wait a second. Let's go to this one. Doink. Okay, get link. Let's see if that downloads. Now it says it's going to take 3 hours. Oh, here it is. Okay, fine. So we'll watch that at the appropriate moment. Anyway, so yeah, then there's a huge explosion, and they go, "Oh no, that's not a bad thing." And if we try and do this solution, then there's a subspace explosion. They'll go through the entire Federation network and destroy every ship. So maybe they shouldn't do that. And if you try and blow up the rift, it will also do that. But then we find out the Klingons are on the way to do just that. General whoever it is. And again, I like the Klingons look like Klingons now, but stupid as hell. So just a bit more exposition. And he's like worried that Christine Chapel hasn't told him about his her what's it called again? Her fellowship that she's trying to get into. He doesn't know if it worked. And then he walks past 10 forward. Why is there 10 forward? I don't know. Walks past 10 forward. And again, why is she in every fucking scene, Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx? Like literally every fucking scene, right? So she's celebrating, and Spock sees, and he gets his feelings hurt, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna break up," right? And that triggers the emotions for a dance number. Although she can't be quite that good a dancer, because you always see her kind of static, right? You never see her boogie. Oh God, stop! Just stop. And so she must have just not been good at that, right? I think she was Australia's next top model. So Spock's all pissed off, and she leaves, and she eventually tells them about their trans-temporal adventure. Again, try writing an episode without previously on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Like, that has a beginning, middle, and end of itself, right? The Klingon uniforms are a bit Las Vegas, Gouldy. Wouldn't you agree? I do agree. I do agree. But I'm somebody who actually liked the first 8 episodes of Discovery. I like the Klingons, right? That was me. I what can I tell you? So they realize that emotions cause it to happen, and they try to work out what the pattern is. And Spock goes off in a huff and maybe has a bit of a song, and is all upset. So then she has a bit of a sing to herself, and she's looking at the numbers, and she's like, "Oh, I see the pattern. Yes, I'm the best as ever." And again, it's a testament to how great this fucking actress is, because I can't stand the character, and I like the character, right? So, like, yeah, this is her. I'm the best as ever, right? So she's worked it all out, and they got to sing. They got to get every singing, so they get up to 344 giga electron volts. So that means we all got to do a huge dance medley together on the ship, everybody. So he's like, Pike's like, "Oh, I'm not going to inspire you. You can do it, Uhura, because you're the best." And again, we had Uhura's log at the beginning. And okay, it would have been more interesting if they just, that's Kirk's brother. If they just had Kirk's brother without Kirk being in it, or like have him appear occasionally. But Kirk's brother is more interesting, right? And so they got to get everybody to start singing, and they start this huge giant dance number throughout the ship. Cavalcade is shit, and like why they have her in, I don't know. And they all love doing their dance number, song number together. Kirk gets into it. Christine Chapel, and listen, I will say she looks freaking awesome in a skin tight white costume. You can't say that about many people can carry it off. More singing. So Kirk and his brother on the ship together. Yeah, they keep bringing him on. I don't know why, but they keep doing it. And then the Klingons are turning up, and they're like, "No!" And they do this boy band section. Oh God, I hate it so much. I just hate it so much, right? And that's why the Klingons hate it. And they all keep singing, and you get some D7 Klingon ships together, and just the resources are not worth this, right? The resources that spent on this aren't. It doesn't deserve it at all, right? Christine Chapel looks good and white, let me tell you. And they reach 144 megajoules, and boosh! It closes the rift, and Spock walks off away from Chapel, hurt and pissed off, right? And they're like, well done, Uhura, you're the bestest ever. And more chicks in bars laughing together. They meet up and they say, he's sorry, he didn't want to go to this touristy place with her, and they make up. And Spock's all hurt and miffed. She's called Mitchell, by the way, apparently. Let's have a woman again. Let's just have women everywhere. That's because that's what would happen, right? Star Trek Glee, except there was no joy in it. So Uhura's at the end. Uhura's humming to herself. They're like, no, don't do that, and it's over. So shit. I mean, like, it's just again. You just saw how light the plot was, and that was an hour-long episode. Right, that was awful, right? Absolutely awful. 1 second. Like even with the overwhelmingly amedramatic acting, this is so much more real Star Trek, right? So much more real Star Trek. So much, especially the guy who plays Bose. He's just awful. But yeah, on it, so much more real Star Trek. Let's have a look at that article. Where was it? Game Rat. How long is it? Are we going to read this now? Yeah, this is a short one. This goes not nicely with the episode. Ethan Speckman, newest actor to take up the role of the Spock mantle, and Zachary Quinto, freaking perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. I was pitch perfect Spock that echoed Leonard Nimoy. And echoed the coolness of Leonard Nimoy, right? He was very cool. But he didn't need to look at Leonard Nimoy's iconic performance. Well, that's fucking obvious, isn't it? Yeah, who could tell? Leonard Nimoy kicked off a prolific franchise by appearing as the first Spock. No, he is Spock. Oh, God, the first Spock. But Star Trek Strange Worlds, Ethan Speck didn't feel like the need to be influenced by him. Yeah, because you're a moron, right? You're an absolute freaking moron. That's why. Peck had been face-to-face with the half-human, half-Vulcan since he first appeared in Star Trek Discovery. The adopted brother, Sonequa Martin Green. Bleh, go away. Michael Burnham, and the reason that he never mentioned, they all agreed never to mention her. Spock first appeared in season 2. This was a precursor of the classic crew of the Enterprise come together in Strange New Worlds, where they would become main cast members. The series did many things better than the previous Star Trek shows. No. And featured Captain Pike, Anson Mount. I mean, if you're saying Strange New Worlds was much better than Discovery, I mean, really? That's like saying a knee in the balls is better than a fist up the arse. Yes, a knee in the balls is better than a fist up the arse. With smattering of familiar faces, Uhura, Cecilia Rose, excellent. Cecilia Rose Gooding, she's excellent. Chapel, Jess Bush, and T'Pring, Gaio Sandhu, freaking gorgeous. And their relationship in that first series was so great. It was so organically Vulcan, and yet new and original at the same time. Oh, it's in there's a Jewish tradition that when somebody dies that you're close to, that you rip your shirt, right, in mourning. And that's what I want to do. I was like it really hurts me how they pissed away this show, right? Although he did look more like Spock when he had the beard. But while the first Star Trek show undoubtedly formative for these new interpretations of classic characters, Peck was not beholden to previous performances, no matter how significant they were. Well, you were a schmuck then. I'm sorry, you're an absolute schmuck. I mean, Zachary Quinto's Spock was completely Leonard Nimoy, right? Was completely Leonard. Do I have? Yeah, one second. Let me see if I can find a clip of him in front of the Vulcan Science Academy from that first Star Trek movie. All right, where do I have that? It's 1 second, that drives off. Let me turn it on. When the power goes out, I have a drive that I need to turn back on. But I mean, his spot was I thought perfect, right? I thought absolutely perfect. Oh, 1 second, let's look at that video. 1 sec, where is it? Oh, it won't let me play that video. Oh, that's annoying. Hang on. Did it download? I'll try converting it. I'll try converting it, see if that helps. Where we at? It's on downloads over there. No, it didn't download. Oh. Where'd it go? Try that again. Let's see if I can download it again. Okay. This might do the trick. There you go. Let's see if this one works.
On the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. On the starboard bow, starboard bow.
Star trekking across the universe.
On the starship and
It's more authentic than Strange Worlds is.
rise under Captain Kirk.
Star trekking across the universe.
Only going forward, still can't find reverse.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim.
Cole Urban was excellent as both. Like the entire casting for that movie was excellent.
Dead, Jim. It's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead.
Bunkelmann style.
Sexy
Bunkelmann style. Bunkelmann style.
Sexy
What the hell is going on?
Nothing good, mate. Nothing good. Let me tell you, nothing good is going on. Yeah, I'll get the trailer from. What was it? This was the one. Yeah. So I didn't think Zoe Saldana was great as Uhuru, but yeah, as Uhuru, who cares really? Yeah. Yeah, man, what happened to J.J. Abrams, right? I mean, I guess if you just give him a good script. Yeah, that's just a great opening.
What is your name?
My name is James Tiberius Kirk.
Yeah, and instantly, in that moment, it sold it to me that he was Kirk.
You've always had a hard time finding your place in this world, haven't you? Never knowing your true worth. You can settle for less than ordinary life. Or do you feel like you were meant for something better? Something special?
Again, this is an understanding of the character. And the second movie and the third one would just garbage.
You will always be a child of two worlds and fully capable of deciding your own destiny.
Yeah, oh man. Again, and the transporter effect. This is just perfect, right?
Destiny.
This sold it to me that he was Spock.
The question you face is, which path will you choose?
Are you afraid or aren't you? I will not allow you to lecture me. Then why do you stop me?
Okay, this was a good character study of the Star Trek character.
Prepare to fire all weapons. I like this ship.
It's exciting.
Also, I like the way they brought Scotty on board. Man, I like this movie.
Space is disease and danger, wrapped in darkness and silence. Buckle up.
I love it. It was divorced. She took everything but my bones.
The wait is over.
This is so the current year, the current age. It looks awesome. Looks like it's going to be also a gateway to something fantastic. And boy, was it not that. Not that at all. I mean, genuinely good movie, right? Go back to this piece of shit article. Fine. So yeah, I did know about Spock. When crafting his version of Spock, the actor depended more on himself than outside influence. Don't depend on yourself. You're an idiot. Okay, don't do that. No, bad idea. Bad Spock. Bad. I haven't spent much time with Nimoy Spock since before I was preparing for Discovery. A little bit of Strange New World Season 1. Peck confessed to Inverse. He felt alive in me at the point. Your Spock is nothing like Spock. Point we got to Season 2. I discovered something of Spock in me. The human Spock is me. Spock learns from Ethan, and Ethan learns. This is so much fucking ego, which is everything that is destroying entertainment. You know what happened to Season 2? Too much fucking coke. That's what happened to Season 2 of Strange New Worlds. We're sort of inseparable. You're totally separable. You're a different fucking entity. You couldn't be more separable. Peck is not the only actor who felt free from some of the most famous sci-fi performances today. Paul Wesley's persona of Coke was not quite William Shatner's. No, it wasn't quite William. It was nothing like William Shatner's, and even further from Chris Pine's performance in the rebooted Star Trek. Well, they weren't really reboots; they kind of were soft reboots. When Kirk first appeared in Strange New World Season 1, Episode 10, he brought a new flavor of the character. I kind of just put up with them because the episode was very good, right? It was a very good episode, but maybe that was the last very good episode of Strange New Worlds. After a conflict with the Romulans, Kirk teamed up with Pike to find a solution. The future Enterprise captain demonstrated his penchant for breaking the rules, but he also showed restraint when deferring to Pike's judgment. That was a great bit where, okay, here's what sold it, where Kirk was doing a maneuver with the Farragut, right? And it was doing going a backwards somersault or something, and it was something Kirk would do. It really, and yeah, the writing made it sell through, right? That's what it was. The future Enterprise captain demonstrated his penchant for breaking the blah, blah, blah. Strange New Worlds seemingly has no problems with allowing familiar captains to take on a life of their own. You mean be totally fucking different? Because they are lazy. The writers and the actors are freaking lazy. They cannot work within constraints because they're lazy and they're talentless. Oh. They come from a world where adversity has been rebranded as something bad. No, adversity makes you better. Adversity makes you stronger. Struggle is good. Yeah, don't run for struggle, but don't run from it either, you fucking pussies, which is the problem, right? Oh, no, the world doesn't accept me as being a chick just because I have a dick. You're right. It doesn't accept you as being a chick just because you have a fucking dick. You're right. Yeah, it's adversity. I don't like adversity. Well, I'm just going to stay a worthless pussy. Oh, good for you, mate. Good for you. This is more likely why the fans see the softer side of Spock. You mean Sheldon? Most IL fans should be used to Nimoy's restraint when playing the science officer as he leaned into logic of his Vulcan forebears. But he had the logic, he had the emotion underneath, but he had this air of coolness as well. He was fucking cool, Leonard Nimoy Spock, as was Zachary Quintos, right? Like there's a reason he was an iconic character, and it's not just because he had pointy ears, you fucking morons, right? There was a reason behind this. Discovery changed how fans see Spock, and Strange New Worlds has picked up on that mantle. Really? That's what you want to use as your inspiration. A bit of Discovery, do you? Fuck me. A show so insanely failed. The character's softer side expanded with amusing episodes such as Charades. I would rather put a finger up my arse than watch Charades. Really. In which he demonstrated his fully human persona. It was shit. Peck showing Spock's humanity isn't a disservice to Nimoy's characterization, but an honor. What? Taking a shit on it is an honor. Yeah, listen, you Hollywood sickos, you pay people to take a shit on you. Normal people are not into that. Weirdo fucks. Normal people are not into that. The Vulcan race has changed since the original series. Yeah, not for the better. But one thing will always remain true. They have emotions so powerful, they rely on logic to discover true north. Peck's interpretation of the character is faithful to Star Trek. Look, it's fucking not. When he became fully human, he couldn't control his emotions. I mean, and Vulcan's emotions are supposed to be much more powerful. Another side of Star Trek lore, another side of Nimoy's performance. Nothing to do with Nimoy's performance. Like, literally nothing to do with Nimoy's performance. I mean, oh, God, it's so insanely shit. Right? It's so insanely shit. It's beyond belief. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.